This video is on how you can create your own AI resume builder completely for free. So as you can see here, I made this site, and from here you can select what is the resume type, whether it's software engineer, data scientist, product manager, anything, and then you can provide the personal information. Then you can provide your education background. After that, you need to provide your work experience, projects you have worked on, technical skills, and leadership role or something you have done throughout your career. So this is what I made, and I'll click on generate resume with AI. So it will take some time, and it will create a AI resume for you. So based on the input of all this information, it will create a resume, and there you go. The resume has been created with the name, with the location, education, relevant coursework, experience, projects, skills, and leadership role. What you can do is that you can download the PDF. So you can download it, or you can also copy the HTML. So later you can, so the HTML will be downloaded, and later you can customize it on your own needs. So this is a AI resume, and this is perfect. It does show all the things. Now what we're gonna do is that I made this tool with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I'll show the code, we'll write the code together and see how it works. I'll go to my VS Code, and I have a folder selected, AI resume builder, and I will create three files. First file index.html, second file is style.css, and the last file is script.js. Once I created all those files, I click on index.html and start writing my HTML file. So first I will generate IntelliSense. So I'll write exclamation mark and press enter. So it will generate a structure for me. And then I will write my HTML code inside the body. So first thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a class container. Inside that I will create another div for panel, and then a heading, h1 AI resume builder. Inside that I will create a paragraph. So I'm going to use Gemini. So I'm just writing powered by Google Gemini API. So the users will know that I'm using Gemini. Gemini API has a very considerable API key cost, and initially it is completely free. So I'm using that. So I'm creating a div for API key, um, and a label and a text. So there will be a placeholder for the API key, a input form, enter your Gemini API key, and after that I'll close my div, and then I will create a form group. In that I will mention all the things like my first it will be resume type, so for which you want to make resume for. So you can initially you can write anything. Initially I'm going with software engineer, data scientist, product manager, etc. So I'm going to write it now in the options. So first I will do is software engineer, then um, data scientist, after that product manager. All my code is on the GitHub link, so you can take that. I have put the link in the description. Then I will put marketing manager as well, and in the end I will put UI UX designer. But if you want to add more, you can obviously just add it. It always can be make better, or you can create an input form as well. So I have created a drop down for all the jobs. You can add more in the future. Then I create a form group. So this will be for personal information. So label for personal info and personal information, and there will be text area, ID, personal info, and placeholder, name, email, LinkedIn, GitHub. So you can write anything here. Um, it can be just your personal info. You can include your location, your GitHub, anything. Then there will be education background. So I'm creating for that. Text area, ID, education, and placeholder, university name, degree, major, graduation date, GPA, optional, relevant coursework. Close the text area. By the way, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do like, share, and subscribe. So we'll continue with the next one, which will be work experience. Label for experience, work experience, text area, ID experience, placeholder, company name, job title. So intelligence is coming, but I just want it to write on my own, so I can for so we the speed which you will be writing and I will be writing will be the same. If any case you don't have the intelligence coming up, so this I'll complete the text area. The next will be your projects. So form group, label for projects, and text area again, ID projects, placeholder, project names, technologies used, description, and key key accomplishments. Close the text area. Now we'll also include the technical skills. So div class group form group, label for skills, technical skills, text area. I'll create now. ID skills, placeholder, programming languages, frameworks, tools, technologies. Close the text area again. And then the last one, which will be our extracurricular. So very basic, label for leadership and extracurricular. So leadership, extracurricular activities, and I'll mark it as optional, not required. But it will be always better to have some leadership or extracurricular activities in your resume. Text area placeholder will be the same leadership roles, clubs. If you have done any volunteer work, um, is there any other achievements, you can always include it here. Um, and text area, close it with div. and then I'll create a button, button class btn. Um, ID, I will say generate button, generate resume with AI. So the button name will be generate resume with AI, and then there will be a loading spinner which will say that okay, the AI is taking some time to load the content, so it's very important. So let's have a spinner class and a paragraph generating your resume something. Yeah, so generating your professional resume and close it paragraph tag and also the div tag. Then I create a class for panel which will be the preview, resume preview. So resume preview and div id resume preview. Um, so I'm writing a paragraph. The style will be, as the style will be very less, so I'm just gonna write that style in here, inline style. But I will create a style.css, so I'll write all my styles there. The paragraph has less styles, so I'm just adding up here. So yeah, and then just write the text for generate resume with AI to see your professional resume here. Once done, close the tags as always, and then there will be action buttons for download PDF and copy HTML. So action button class btn btn secondary id download btn and style flex 1 download PDF and close the button tag and then create another button tag with the class btn again, and id will be copy btn style flex 1 again and copy HTML or copy to clipboard, both works. In the end, I'll just include a script.js. So script src script.js which I have created. So yeah, so this is all the code we need. Let me save it so it will auto format. So this is all the formatted code now, and this is the all HTML code we need. Now we go to our CSS code. Obviously, you can find all this thing in my GitHub link in the description, so you can check it out. Let's go to the style.cs and style.css and write the code. So I'll go here. So first thing I'm gonna do is to add the global style, margin 0, padding 0, and box sizing border box. After that, I will write the styling for my body tag. So font family, I'm going with my favorite. So you can take it up, and after that, I need to um, write my background. So background linear gradient, um, 135-degree and kind of like bluish color and purple, and minimum height 100 vh, padding 20 pixels. Then I will write the styling for my container, max width 1400 pixels, margin 0 auto, display grid template columns 1 fr 1 fr, gap 30 pixels. So left panel will be all the AI thing, and the right panel will be the preview. And then I will write my styling for panel, background white. Then I will write border radius, so it will be having corner radius, like curved radius, I mean, padding 30 pixels, box shadow 0, 20 pixels, 60, and RGBA 0, 0, 0.3. H1 heading, standard color, same as kind of like background. Margin bottom 10 pixels, font size 28. Then I will write subtitle color 666 gray shade, margin bottom 25 pixels, font size 14 pixels, um, form group, um, margin bottom 20 pixels, label display block, margin bottom 8 pixels, font weight will be 600, color will be hash 333, font size 14 pixels, input text area and select. I will have the theme styling for all of them. Width 100%, padding 12 pixels, border 2 pixels, solid, and a color of shade white, border radius 8 pixels, font size 14 pixels, transition um, before color, border color 0.3 seconds, and font family the same inherit. After that, input focus, text area focus, and select focus. Um, Not so important, but kind of good for production ready code. Outline none, and border color just the default one, the blue. And next, text area resize vertical, minimum height 100 pixels. Then I'll go with API key group, background hashtag F8 F9FF, padding 15 pixels, border radius 8 pixels, margin bottom 20 pixels. Then I'll create a class of btn button, background linear gradient 135 degree, and then the shade of blue 0%, purple 100%, color white, border none, padding 14 pixels and 30 pixels, border radius 8 pixels, cursor pointer very important because it will turn into a pointer, font size 16 or 18 pixel whichever works, font weight I'll go with 600, transition transform 0.2 seconds, box shadow 0.2 seconds. So it's very normal to have this transition for btn, so I'm going with that. Margin top 10 pixel, and then we have another one which is btn hover, transform will be translate y -2 pixels, box shadow 0, 10 pixels, 25 pixels, RGBA 102, 126, 234, 0.4. So this will kind of darker shade of blue when we hover over it. Button disable 0.6, cursor not allowed, and transform as none. So next line transform as none, and then they will be for spinner. So loading will be display none because I don't want to display in text. Text align center, margin 20 pixels and 0, and color will be 667 EEA. Then loading active, display block. So once it activates, we'll just make it look. Spinner border 3 pixels solid, F3 F3 F3, border top 3 pixels solid 667 EEA, border radius 50%, width 40 pixels, height 40 pixels, animation spin 1 second linear infinite, margin will be 0, auto 10 pixels. Then I will create the animation. So keyframe spin 0%, transform rotate 0 degree, and after that 100% transform rotate 360 degree. After that resume preview. So hashtag resume preview. Background will be white. Padding 40 pixels. Minimum height 400 pixels. Font family computer modern Times New Roman serif. This is the best font family for resumes, I believe. You can obviously change it. Line height 1.4, font size 11 point. After that, resume styling will begin. This is the last part of styling. So, yeah, resume header, text align center, margin bottom 15 pixels, border bottom 1 pixel solid, hashtag 000, padding bottom 10 pixels, then resume name, font size 28 pointer, font weight normal, letter spacing 3 pixels, margin bottom 5 pixels, font variant small caps. Then resume contact, font size 10 pointer, margin 5 pixel 0. The reason we are writing all this style is to look good. UI is very important. Then the links which you will have in the resume, color black, text decoration none, margin 0, 10 pixels. Then resume section, margin 15 pixel 0. Then resume section title, font size 14 pointer, font weight bold, font border bottom I'll go with 1 pixel solid black, margin 12 pixels 0, 8 pixels 0, padding bottom will be 2 pixels. Then it will be a resume item, margin 10 pixel 0. After that resume item header, first of all display flex because that's very important, and justify content space between, font weight bold. In the next line font weight will be bold, yeah, font weight bold, margin bottom 2 pixels. Then we have resume item subtitle, font style I'll go with italic because just writing italic so that item subtitle will be like that. Margin bottom 5 pixels. Resume item location, font style italic, text align right, font size 10 pointers. So let me write it down. Text align right, font size 10 pt. After that resume list, margin left 20 pixels. So you can obviously change this according, customize it according to you, but this is the best styling in my opinion. After that all the list li which will be created, all the bullet points. So resume list li, margin 3 pixel 0, text intent minus 20 pixels, padding left 20 pixels. Resume list li before, so content will be nothing, so I will just write content dot because bullet points. Coursework grid, So this will be the coursework thing. Display grid template columns repeat to 1 fr, gap 5 pixels, margin left 20 pixels, list style none. Coursework grid before, so the same thing, which will be bullet points. So content will be nothing as a bullet point. Then skill sections I need to include, in which it will be margin left 0, skill item margin 5 pixels 0, skill label font weight bold. Then we have action buttons, display flex, gap 10 pixels, and margin top 20 pixels. Then we have BTN secondary. In that I will write background as 6C757D, background secondary hover, box shadow 0, 10 pixels, 25 pixels, RGBA 108, 117, 125, 0.4, and then the media tags which will make it responsive. So container grid template columns 1 fr, if for maximum width 1200 pixels. Then media print, body background white, and panel first child display will be none, panel last child box shadow none. So this is all my media properties. So this will make it responsive. Action buttons display none. So yeah, this is the thing. I don't think so we need any other styling. You can obviously put more stylings, or you can change the margin or padding for your resume, um, different sections. So you can obviously customize it. And also once you copy the HTML from the UI, you can change that as well. So it's completely customizable. So I'll save this up and I'm gonna write my JavaScript code, which is the final bit. So I'll go to my script.js and I'll write the code here. Before writing the code in script.js, what you need to do is that you need to go to your Chrome and generate the API key for Gemini. So you need to write Gemini API key, and then get your Gemini API key, or you can go here, Google AI Studio API key, click on the second link and just create a API key. I have created a lot of them. So you need to select a project. So if you don't have a project, you can create a project. So I have two projects already, but I'll create one just for showing this up. And I'll say AI resume builder, AI resume builder, and create project. So once the key is created, I'll just once the project is created, I create the key. So you can click on create key, and it will create a new key. So yeah, AI resume builder key has been created. You can click on here, copy API key, and you can save it somewhere. So we will be using this in our JavaScript code. So you can store this somewhere, and do not share with others because this is your API key. So I'll go to my JavaScript code. So I'll go to my JavaScript code and start writing this code again. So my JavaScript code will start from generate resume button. So I'll go to my document, get element by ID, and get the resume btn. After getting that element, I'll add the event listener, which is of click event, and that will trigger a asynchronous function. Uh, as I will be providing my API key through UI. So first I'll get the API key from the UI. So get element by ID API key. So whatever API key you have created, just store it somewhere. We will use it in our UI when we open the browser. Then resume type. So this resume type will be software engineer, all those things, design engineer or UI UX. Then person information, document dot get element by ID person info dot value. If you have any questions, please write down in the comments. And always you can always support this channel by subscribing to it if you have reached this far. Then I'll go to education, um, get the value, then experience, get the value of that as well. After that, I'll do projects, and after that, skills, extracurricular. After that, if the API key is not provided, I'll just alert that please enter the Gemini API key. So Gemini has very reasonable free tier, so we can use it to generate AI resume for free. And just I'll write return so that it just stops there. Then person information should be there. Education must be there. If any one of them are not there because they are required field, I will give a alert that please fill in at least this information, which is person information, education, and experience, and obviously return after this. So experience and skills, and return. So that's good. So that will do our input validation, whatever the user enters. After that, there will be element by ID of for loading, class list dot add active, and I will just do this dot disabled equals to true. Now there comes the interesting point where I will write my prompt. So I will write my prompt. So you can take it from here. It will be a long prompt because longer prompt means clearer output from AI. So I'm writing create a professional ATS friendly resume in HTML format. So I'm writing this all things. You can find this prompt in the comment section as well. So I'll write the instruction as well. So you should have all this instructions in which I'll write my requirements and everything. So I'm forcing it to follow a structure which is person information, and resume type and all those things. So first goes person information. All this code is on my GitHub, so I'll provide the link at the end of the video. Resume type will be the resume type education, experience, project, skills. So what I will do now is that I will write the entire prompt. So I'll just fast forward it to write the entire prompt, and you can pause the video to copy it over, or you can copy it from the comment section as well. Now I will use the Gemini API to get my response. So using the Gemini API key and using the URL, I will do that thing. So constant response, await fetch, and I'll go to the URL. So generative language.googleapis.com. So this is from the official document. I'll paste the link in the chat of Gemini official document where you can get this URL and the format where through which we write the REST fetch method. So the method will be post and the API key will be provided from the UI. Content type will be application JSON and body will be um, all the contents or the prompts which we are we have which we have just written above. So contents will be parts and text as prompt. That's it. Let me just close all the things. Okay, that's good. Now, if the response is not okay, we will just throw an error. So this will throw a complete error that it's not working. And API error response.status, and we'll just log the response in the console so it will be visible for the developers. And after that we will just get the data. So const data equals to await response.json and extract the text from the response. Const resume may html equals to data dot candidates dot. Okay, sorry, I was thinking. So data dot candidates dot content dot parts 0 dot text. Then we will clean up the HTML. So we'll remove the markdown code blocks if present. So it very common to have that markdown things. So we'll just remove all of them and replace it with just empty. Then we get the element by ID resume preview dot inner HTML equals to inner inner HTML equals to clean HTML and catch the error as well, and provide an alert that something has gone terribly wrong. So error generating the resume plus error message. Please check your API key. And yeah, we log it at the error on the console. Good practice. And we'll remove the finally we'll just remove the loading part. So document dot get element by id loading, dot class list dot remove active, and then disable will be false so that it will not show up. Then download PDF button. So this will be the PDF thing. So document dot get element by id, um, and click function, and we'll just do windows dot print. All right, so this is the final thing we have. So I'll just save it. So currently I have the prompt ready, I have the API ready, and also I have the download PDF button ready. So quick thing about the documentation. So for the documentation, if you type Gemini API key and go to Google AI Studio API key, um, how to use Gemini API key, you will get it from the dashboard and documentation. So from here you will see REST. This is what we are using. This is what the URL and the structure we are using. So yeah, if you need more help, you can read the entire documentation. Let's come back. So this is the entire thing. We have successfully done this. So let's run and test this up. So I'll save this as well. One thing I forgot is to link my CSS file. So I'll write here link um, CSS file name is style.cs. Perfect. Let me just go to live and see if it works. Okay, so this is perfect. I need to provide my API key which I saved. So I'll go to my AI Studio, go back and copy my API key. Uh, Paste the API key. I'll put this resume type as software engineer, um, and the other details I will take it up. So, for example, personal information, I'll just copy um, to have something there, and education background also, work experience. Let me put some random to see if it works, and projects also. I'll put it up, um, and technical skills. So this person is experienced in Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, Go, Java, and also have some AI experience. Leadership, extracurricular, very important. So I'm gonna put this thing also in here. So let me just take it up um, and paste it. That's good. I'll click on generate resume with AI and let's see if it works. It says generating your professional resume. And there you go. This is the resume created. Perfect resume, perfect everything. And I'll click on download PDF. You can change it however you like to change. When you click on download PDF, it will just print it up, and this looks really nice. So this is how you can create AI resume completely for free using Gemini API. If you have any question in the chat, let me know. You can customize it also by changing the code. I'll put the link in the description so you can get it from GitHub. Um, so on the GitHub, it has also the version of copy HTML, so you can take it from there. Um, and again, if you have any question, please write down in the comments, and please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for your time. Thank you.